In Game 1, Round 1 of the New York Knicks Detroit Pistons playoff series, Tom Thibodeau made an adjustment that neutralized the Detroit Pistons' best player and may be key to the New York Knicks absolutely molly-whopping the Pistons to get to the second round. Hit that rock. Before we get started, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification for each and every video. It's your boy G-Mo, Knicks. Peace, Lou. God bless. Let's get it. The New York Knicks beat the Detroit Pistons in Game 1 of the playoffs, 123-112, off the backs of some heroics from Jalen Brunson, who struggled early on but came on late to help close out the game. Karl-Anthony Towns, with his play on both ends of the floor, probably his best two-way game we've seen as a New York Knick in a pivotal game, or in the most pivotal game for the New York Knicks. Josh Hart with his scoring late, OG Anunoby's two-way play, Cameron Payne with his contributions off the bench. The New York Knicks made a great run, 21-0 run in the fourth quarter. This is with the Pistons, who were leading by 9 points, 90-81 at one point in the fourth quarter. Or was it the third quarter? I can't remember. But Tom Thibodeau made one adjustment, something that we've seen flashes of in the regular season. But actually, let me take that back. Made a series of adjustments. It seemed like Tom Thibodeau took out a bunch of old recipes from his defensive playbook. But the one thing that we saw him do was attacking the screen, being uber aggressive and attacking the screen on defense. Now, Tom Thibodeau, given the limitations of guys like Karl-Anthony Towns in some regards as well, Mitch Robinson, even though he could defend on the drop back, Tom Thibodeau scrapped that drop back mess and said, no, we're going to attack Cade on each and every screen possible. We're going to ISO screens. No, excuse me, not ISO. We got ice the screens, for something that we saw OG Anunoby do. We're going to hedge. We're going to switch. We're going to trap. We're going to make Cade Cunningham work for every shot, as well as every passing lane opportunity that he had on every possession coming off those screens. Now, Cade Cunningham had 21 points, but he had to work for every shot. 8 for 21 from the field for 38% on the field, 25% from three. He did have 12 assists, but he also had 6 turnovers. Cade Cunningham did not look comfortable from the first possession. We're going to go through all this, but let's go back to what we saw in the regular season and why this just seems like Tom Thibodeau. I don't even say that he pulled a Greg Maddux versus Jeff Bagwell. Go back and look up your history. When Greg Maddux set up Jeff Bagwell, gave him a home run by pitching him inside in the regular season. So in the playoffs, Braves versus Astros, and basically turned around and made Jeff Bagwell feel like he was comfortable. He's going to get another home run off of Greg Maddux. It's easy work. Doing the absolute opposite. I almost feel like Tom Thibodeau took the same approach here too. Now, I got to say this, Tom Thibodeau does not give up regular season games, so it's hard to kind of think he'll do the whole rope-a-dope to try to win or lose the battle but win the war in the end. But Tom Thibodeau, I don't know what he injected into Karl-Anthony Towns and most of these players, but the screen action defense that Tom Thibodeau showed versus the Detroit Pistons Game 1 is not what we see in regular season. But let's go back to talk about and look at what we've seen in regular season and see what the Knicks were doing against Cade Cunningham defensively off of screens. Now, let's go back to one of the earlier games. Knicks played the Pistons. This is back in January, where the Detroit Pistons actually beat the Knicks. Now, again, the Knicks were 1-3 against Detroit Pistons. First game, we mollywopped them, but the next three got destroyed by the, or not destroyed, but got beat by the Pistons. Now, granted, Cat did not play the last game against the Pistons, so I couldn't really use tape from there. But the name of the game, and it's not just the Pistons, basically Cat this whole season defensively with most teams. If you have a guard who can hit the mid-range, hit the shot off the dribble, who can exploit off screens, run that screen off of bum-ass Cat's drop-back defense. Same thing he used to run on Enes Kanter back in the day when he was with the Knicks. Screen on 0-0, pick and roll 0-0, man. That crap was, man, that was embarrassing. But as you can see here with your boy Karl-Anthony Towns, Cade Cunningham, and granted, the Pistons sought out Karl-Anthony Towns on almost every play. Any play that was on him was going to go and set the screen for Cade. As you can see here, You got Tim Hardaway Jr. trying to get the ball back to Cade, get him some space against OG Anunoby. And, of course, Jalen Duren sending that bum-ass screen against OG. Cat playing that ugly drop back. Cade with the easy shot from three. Now, granted, OG Anunoby could fight off the screen as much as you want. But the thing about Cade, his bread and butter is that he's going to take every little bit of space and exploit it. Out of his draft, I said this, out of his draft profile, I stated that Cool King Cade Cunningham does not have the fastest. He's not a speed demon. That's not his game. He's gonna attack your missteps. He's gonna play the space within the space. You can't let him breathe. He's a guy who creates space off the dribble, off his strength, and here off a screen. Some of the exploits, he runs the screen. The pick and roll. He's a pick and roll ball handler 40% of his possessions, which is relatively high. It's at least top 20, maybe top 15 in the league in terms of frequencies. I think he's shooting like high 40% from the field off these pick and roll or these screen plays. So as you can see here, Cool King Cade Cunningham getting easy shot. That's easy enough for him. That's way too much space for your boy Cool King Cade Cunningham, the coolest cutter at camp. Now here, another example of Cat's bum-ass drop back. Macau playing on Cade. They were just running the same play. Pass it out to another play. Either get the handoff or the pass back to Cade. Cade went for the screen. And you see a little Spain pick and roll here, actually. You got Malik Beasley now trying to possibly set the screen off of Cat after Isaiah Stewart screen for Cade. So that probably means that Isaiah Stewart's going to roll down Malik Beasley. If Cat, if he has to, can set the screen on Cat and then pop out. Cade drives. But you don't even need that here because Cat's drop back is so ass. And Malik Beasley actually didn't end up setting the screen, even though he should have. But he probably just didn't have to because Cat's playing drop back already. So it is what it is. Not as if Cade was going to take that drive. Cade's like, bro, I got the shot. Don't even worry about it. Cat's bum-ass drop back. This absolute abuse. And again, Cat looking up. He doesn't even contest it with his freaking that no-neck run back to the basket. I'm sorry, I just had to get on Cat. But these bum-ass defensive plays of yesteryear, which was just this past regular season, got me pissed. I mean, Cat's not a good defender rim. He's not a good defender mid-range. He's not the worst of defenders when he actually steps up. And that's where Tom Thibodeau kind of exploited in his playoffs. Like, look, you are not bad in isolation. If you're not bad in isolation, why don't you just step up on the screen? You got to trust that the defense will be there behind you to help defend, to help pick up, to rotate if Cade gets past you. But you got to at least provide some type of line of defense of slowing Cade down. Slow him down. You cannot make it too easy. And that's what Tom Thibodeau switched up in his first game against the Pistons in the playoffs. So as you can see in the first quarter, the Knicks set the tone early on. Attack Cade off of every screen play. Make his life a living hell. Don't allow him to dribble. Don't let any of that light skin power be able to build up throughout the game. And as you can see here, again, Cade, to give some context, Cade is frequency in terms of pick and roll ball handler, 40% this season, shooting around 48%, 49% from the field. Again, one of the better playmakers, budding playmakers off the pick and roll. I think he's like in the 60-something percentile, which again, when you look at the numbers, is not that much impressive. But given context, how many possessions he has and what he has to do on offense, that actually is pretty good. So again, his trajectory in terms of being one of the better playmakers off the pick and roll, he's definitely ascending. But the Knicks made sure to frustrate this guy. He is the end-all be-all for their offense. If he gets into any type of rhythm off the dribble drive, off the screens, he's able to not only score but also kick it out to the guys on the outside. Find Oscar Thompson underneath, get to Jalen Duren off the pick and rolls. But you can't. So the Knicks made sure to not allow this guy to have any breathing space, to have any opportunity to play and make off of the screens. Attack this guy. Throw everything at him. Throw the doubles, hedge, switch, trap him. Make Cade's life a living hell, and Karl-Anthony Towns follow plan. Again, this is not Karl-Anthony Towns' game whatsoever. He does not step up. He's scared to get beat laterally. But Karl-Anthony Towns, for whatever reason, I don't know if he did some freaking Taibo or something like that, bro. Some yoga, Bikram, whatever the crap. Bro, your man Karl-Anthony Towns moving laterally today versus Cade Cunningham. Outside of maybe one or two plays where Cade kind of beat him to the basket, Karl-Anthony Towns was a different man versus the Pistons. Look at that. Stopping him, giving OG Anunoby enough time to recover. And Cade, again, make his life a living hell off the dribble. Your man Cade loses the ball. OG Anunoby on the fast break for the finish. Not for the finish, excuse me. You got it hit out of bounds. But again, the Knicks already set the tone defensively. So even with that, I think Malik Beasley got the deflection, the block, feeling himself again. I've never seen Malik Beasley take the game of basketball ever in my life. This is a guy that was freaking. Let me chill. He's on Larsa Pippen, but this is a guy I don't know whatever got into him. Be energized and now played tough for the Pistons. I don't know why he didn't do that for other teams, but it doesn't matter. Cade Cunningham was going to have a long night ahead of him, having an out stare down at a weak defender in Carlton Towns, now playing some, would I dare say, elite defense off of what he likes to do best, which is exploit off the screens. So this was probably my favorite play by Cat. It just goes to show you how his confidence built throughout the game defensively off these screens and how he kind of fed off how everybody was playing off these screens the whole game. Again, Cade was frustrated for the most part, really couldn't get a good shot because of what the Knicks were doing. But this is, I mean, when was the last time you see Karl Anthony Towns get a turnover like this off of screens? Like Karl Anthony Towns, you got OG playing off the screens, Jalen Duren kind of setting that natural screen right at the foul line. Cade trying to attack Cat, and Cat is stepping up like, yo, bro. Now, the thing I love about this, because Cade Cunningham is an absolute maestro when it comes to making passing, finding players. I mean, he's one of the best. I don't care what no one says. He's one of the best at doing it. I saw him since his OK State game days when he didn't really have much around him. But in his first season with the Pistons, since then, your man Cade has always made it his duty to use his gravity and try to find players underneath. Oscar Thompson with the backdoor cuts, Jalen Duren rose to the basket, finding outside shooters as well too. Cade is one of my favorite players, but this is what I love by the Knicks. Step up on Cade Cunningham. Now, granted, he did pick up his dribble here, so that's a nice little benefit in this possession. But make the passing lanes close. Make the passing lanes close. What type of stupid ass English is that? Close all the passing lanes, bro. Bro, there's a bomb threat in the city. Close all this ish down. No one gets back into the city, bro. And as you can see here, look, Cat is not the greatest of defenders, but if you can make the passing lanes, you can make a passer's passing lanes less clear, bro, you've done a great job already. And Cat here, as Cade looks to have been trying to get the pass to Jalen Duren, it looks like, because OG was trailing him a little bit off the roll. Cat playing that passing lane perfectly, making his life hell. Cat getting the turnover, fast break opportunity. I don't know why Cat didn't find Brunson. He likes to make that stupid ass behind the back freaking Barnum Bailey ring around the rosy ass pass to freaking Brunson. What the hell am I talking about? And then Brunson on the fat, but he doesn't. But he gets it to Josh. Josh gets it to Brunson. Knicks continue to build a lead and really never look back. But again, Karl Anthony Towns stepping up on those screens. This is what was happening all game. Again, harassing Cade. And even look at Brunson. Brunson coming to possibly help out if Cade tries to keep driving on the right. The Knicks made your man's life a living hell. Absolute hell. Cat getting the steal. Something you never see Cat get steals like that. And the Knicks build off that to get the finish. Good job by Cat. Here's one last play with Karl Anthony Towns defending off the screens. Again, Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. JB Bickerstaff is a guy that I think has a decent plan A typically with teams. You saw with the Cavaliers, but once he gets to plan B, plan C, he kind of falters. Now, granted, again, it's game one. We don't know how things are going to end up in for the rest of the series, but we've seen that JB Bickerstaff, once he throws that plan A out there, he struggles. Remember Isaac Okoro last season, who's supposed to be the stopper to Jalen Brunson because of what he did in the regular season against Jalen Brunson, not last season, but 2 seasons ago, where, Isaac Okoro was the Jalen Brunson stopper. I made a video on that as well, too. Coming to playoffs, your man JB absolutely mollywop Okoro to the point they try to put Caris LeVert on Jalen Brunson, and none of that worked. But here, you can see here, it's like JB Bickerstaff really didn't have another plan to try to get Cade some space. So he just kept calling for the screens, which the Knicks already sniffed out to start the game. Sniffing out like about Coke, man. Coke price went up $50,000 this week. All right, let me get to the damn play. As you can see, Cade Cunningham here. OG getting screened off by Tobias Lego head Harris. And again, Cat. When was the last time you see Cat throw them hands defensively to try to get a steal to frustrate the ball handler? Bro, I've never seen Cat like this. What is this? What is your man falling to the well? He didn't fall to the ground, but you know he got them old man knees. But your man Cat was not scared to try to get dirty. And against Cade, who got nasty heads, he's gonna attack your missteps. Could absolutely catch Cat. Has caught Cat in the regular season with his dribbling and his scoring, his shooting off the dribble. And your man Cat is playing off that again. The name of the game: just give enough time for OG to come. And look at OG to his hands, making sure to cover the passing lane to any passing lane of Cade, because Cade likes to jump pass as well too. But to try to make sure that everything is covered. Look at what pass could Cade make? Even if he recovers here, what pass could Cade make? Assuming that Cat doesn't fall to the ground or stumble. But if he was able to cover here, Cat was able to cover here, your man Cade is stuck. Then you have McCall also close out on him. He'd be triple teamed, but he have no real place to throw to. And this ends up in a jump ball. Frustrate Cade Cunningham. It don't even matter. It's your man Cat's lane, trying to frustrate and annoy Cade, get into his head, which I love that the Knicks were trying to do. Playing a mind game. Salute to PJ Tucker. Will probably inform these guys how to do that, because you know PJ Tucker, straight up mechanic playing basketball. That dude ain't no damn real ball player, bro. He just stumbled into the basketball court one day and said, "Yo, let me run next." And they're like, "All right, whatever, you good." Build a freaking 10-year career off that. Anyway, your man Carney Towns, excellent defense attacking Cade off of the screens and not allowing him to have any breathing space. And this Tobias Harris was killing us in the first half. But they're like, yo, we're gonna let everybody else kill us, but we're not gonna allow Cade enough comfort going into that fourth quarter where he likes to dominate as not just a playmaker but as a scorer, basically as a closer for the Pistons. Make his life a living hell to that getting into that fourth quarter where he doesn't really have any game to really build off of from the first 3. And again, Knicks come down, jump ball, absolute masterclass defensive display by not just the individual players like Cat and others we're going to talk about, but by Tom Thibodeau overall. Now, one thing I love that Tom Thibodeau did against the Pistons, dusting off the old playbook, pulling out defensive plays from 2008, the Celtics with Tony Allen, that's my son, James Posey. I hate those Celtics teams, but Tony Allen's probably my favorite individual defender of all time. Just an absolute beast. But Tom Thibodeau pulled out something that he executed to perfection with those Celtics. Icing the screens. We've seen it time and time here with the Knicks. Even the playoffs, I've seen freaking Derrick Rose one time ice the screen. Obviously, he was with the Chicago Bulls when Tom Thibodeau coached them. But something that you don't see typically in the modern NBA, like as a go-to philosophy, as like a thing that you run defensively each time down the court. Now, granted, this type is probably going to be a little bit difficult to do that, just given how the game is played now. But in Tom Thibodeau doing this, forcing Cade, especially with Mitch in. Now, it's funny because Mitch is a guy that back in the day before injuries settled in, he's a guy you can leave out on the island, could play. He could step up on you, but he's a guy who probably specializes, or not specializes, his defense is probably best with the drop back because he can recover, he's so tall, and they can contest you at the rim. So you kind of want to give up that defensive attribute versus having him out there on the three-point line getting beat to the basket, and possibly can recover, but just a little bit weaker with all the injuries and some of the zap of his lateral quickness being sapped away with so many injuries. But here you can see it, the game plan here on this possession. OG Anunoby icing the screen. That was going to come by, I believe, Isaiah Stewart. Again, the Pistons offense is so effing predictable. Dribble, a handoff to a screen, handoff to a screen. Now, Cade is so good that even if you have a basic game plan, it's like, bro, don't matter how simple it is, he can exploit it. He could freak it so many different ways. And execute in so many ways off of simple looks. But again, dribble, handoff, or not dribble, handoff, a handoff, then to a screen, Cade attacks, Mr. Playmaker, create for others or make the shot himself. But here you see an OG ice the screen by Isaiah Stewart. Cade is going to fight for it. Freaking Isaiah Stewart is almost, I don't want to say he gave up, but he was like, oh crap, they found out what we're doing. Cade tries to drive away from it, but you lead him right into the trap on some Wu-Tang-ish by Mitchell Robinson. Now, Cade is in no man's land trying to drive. He got OG behind him, so he can't really stop and reset. And you also got, I believe that's Cat helping out in the corner. Mind you, they didn't try to run. In a league where every time coming down, every team would try to find a way to send Cat's play to set the screen so they can exploit Cat. Cat is in the corner. Cat is in the corner tagging. When was the last time you see that? Him not being abused off the pick and roll. But again, Cade here struggling. Cade even try to fake it, spin, and may possibly get the foul. He's like, bro, I'm grasping at straws here. I'm just throwing everything to the wind, bro. The kitchen sink, everything. And he gets quadruple, oh, not quadruple. He gets double blocked by Mitch and OG. Absolute domination. When you get blocked by two players, they already sniffed out your game plan, bro. You finito. One more time. OG ices a screen, funnels Cade into Mitchell Robinson's danger area. Where now Mitchell Robinson, and look at Mitchell Robinson's hands. Look at Mitchell Robinson's hands. His left hand. He can't get the ball. That's not what he was trying to do. He was protecting the passing lane in case Cade tries to slip that down to Isaiah Stewart on the roll. Again, Tom Thibodeau making it an effort to destroy, to neutralize, to freaking frustrate every passing lane opportunity. Well, not frustrate, that's not the right word, but try to negate every passing lane opportunity that Cade had available off the dribble, off of the screen especially. Look at this. Cade is in no man's land. He can't get that pass around Holland. There's no way. He's stuck. He tries to go up. Get the out of here. What's wrong with you, stupid? Imbecile? Buffoon? Great defensive play by the New York Knicks. Great defensive adjustment. Or, maybe I say adjustment, but I guess adjustment compared to what the bum-ass-ish the Knicks were running defensively in the regular season. Great adjustment by Tom Thibodeau. Another thing that you loved by the New York Knicks versus the Pistons in Game 1 was the overall effort by everybody. Even the small, minor things. And that comes from Brunson, who does not get enough credit for his effort defensively. Now, I know at times, there was a few closeouts that you could have had. There was a three, I want to say, by Tim Hardaway Jr. or Malik Beasley early on in the first half. I want to say the first quarter. Brunson was late on the closeout. They hit the three at the top of the key. So there were some plays where Brunson just looked a little bit out of sorts defensively. But his intensity picked up as the game progressed, even after a little scare where he fell awkwardly to the floor. But here, just a simple thing. Just edging just a little bit off the screen. It looks like a ghost screen here by Tobias Harris. He's not really trying to set a screen, just trying to pop off of OG Anunoby. But then Brunson here, just frustrating him just enough. There's no confusion. They know, look, OG, you still gonna take him, but I'm just peeping out for a little bit. I'm just hedging for a little bit. I'm just peeking out for a tiny bit, just to give a small, slight disruption. You're still gonna pick him up, and this is something that the Knicks have struggled with all season: communication, having a set game plan for each game, for each so-called key player, facilitator, playmaker, lead point guard, whatever you want to call it. The Knicks have struggled. There have been times when, it'll be OG backing off once, say, Brunson comes and hedge, and Brunson's like, I was just hedging. OG's like, what? And they can be different players. Not necessarily OG. OG's actually a really good defender. So it'll be other players. Like, I've seen Miles McBride get caught off them and confused. So, again, good display by Brunson. And again, it's just the little things. Just providing a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of stop to Cade, so he just can get that small, slight little space and time to exploit OG and Anunoby, right? Allowing OG to recover. OG, instead of OG being at 80 HP, is at like 90 HP, given the time to recover off the Brunson little slight hedge. And again, when you look at it, it doesn't even, you could have argued that Cade wasn't even looking at Tobias Harris, but it's not necessarily him looking at Tobias Harris. It's like, just stop Cade for a second. Take off a millisecond of space. Take off just, I don't know, was it a millisecond? I don't know, a multi-millisecond. I don't know the next freaking measurement of time is when you cut off a millisecond, but kids go to school. But anyway, Cade Cunningham, OG, guarding that. Look at Cat playing help. Your man Cade didn't even want to attack Cat. Didn't even want to attack Cat? And he's forced to shoot this bum-ass baseline jumper that goes nowhere. That misses. Again, the Knicks, just the small things. Brunson being this little annoying, small miniature player. And again, the thing with miniature players like Brunson, because of his small center of gravity and stature, you got to actually protect the ball just slightly a little bit more than you would say a tall defender. Right? So Brunson coming around, Brunson could have gotten a swipe. Cade doesn't know that. Brunson doesn't even seem like he was trying to really even do anything. He wasn't going to switch, just hedging just a little bit, flash, and then go back to his player. But Cade has to think, oh, crap, he might try to steal the ball. Like I said, make him hesitate for a little bit, allow OG to recover, And there you got a badly contested or just a badly angled shot by Cade on a baseline. Even though he can make those type of shots, but just a little bit of cut, a little bit of disruption in his rhythm, throws off the touch, and voila, you got a missed shot and a great defensive possession by the Knicks.